State your name and age.
I am Barry Yonker. I'm 68 years old, and I joined the United States Army January 15th, 1973. And my basic training was Fort Knox, Kentucky. My medical training was in Fort Sam, Houston, San Antonio. And then my permanent party station was in Nuremberg, Germany at 130th General Hospital. I was a medical corpsman. I worked on the medical ward, and I ended up permanent party in the ER, emergency room.
Where were you born, Mr. Yonkers?
And I was born in Detroit, Michigan, November 8, 1955. And my family moved down here when I was a baby. My father was from Pensacola, and my mother was from Tuscaloosa. But his parents were from Michigan. And so we kind of made trips back and forth from Detroit to Mobile, Mobile to Detroit while I was being raised. And so I spent some school years up in Michigan, some snowy school years. Beautiful Christmas though. Love the white Christmas. White Christmas. No prejudice intended. but anyway, snowy Christmas. I love snowy Christmas. And but then my mother and father divorced, and I spent most of my life in Tillman's Corner, right here. This is where I grew up. I went to Theodore High School, W.C. Griggs Elementary. And then I joined the Army. When I turned 17, I went in the Army. And I helped my mother out with an allotment every month. She bought a home for us. I had 4 sisters and 3 brothers. And I lost a sister a couple of years ago. I know she went to join the Arms of Jesus, and my mother just passed away March 10th. She went to be with Jesus. And now there's 4 brothers and 3 sisters, and a bunch of cousins and nephews. We had a big family. And I'm waiting on an apartment. I have an appointment tomorrow to go see my caseworker and take her my application for this apartment they're going to try and get me in. And she said I should be in there within 90 days. So I shouldn't have much of a waiting list. So I just pray to God. I'm a Christian, and I just put everything in God's hands. I was living in a trailer in Theodore on school property, lived there over a year. Before that, I had an apartment for 2 years. I lost that because me and my girlfriend was having loud disputes. And so I ended up losing that apartment. I learned a lesson from that. And so I rededicated my life to the Lord, and now I'm walking the straight and narrow, and I can see God working in my life.
When you get your apartment and everything, are you hoping to?
And then after I get my apartment, I'm going to reach out. I'm going to have my own little reach out ministry. And share the word of God with homeless people, and help them receive the help that I have received. And maybe one day have my own little church. I'd love to have my own little church.
You want to reach out to your children?
And my children have been saved. But I think my daughter needs a little preaching too. She was in the Air Force. My daughter was in the Air Force for 4 years. So she got used to that. She got used to the military way of life. You know, recruits like to drink. You know, go to the EM club, officers club, and drink beer together. You know, talk about the day, and I think she still got a little bit of that in her. You know? But other than that, though, she's been saved. She believes in the Lord, and she's doing good. She's an advocate. My daughter's an advocate. She's an advocate. My daughter's an advocate for
Can you tell us a little about your experience you had when you were in Germany? Different things you came in contact with?
Fräulein. No, I found out what disco was. I found out what disco was before it even came to America.
Okay.
The Germans was discoing before America started disco.
Okay.
So when it come to America, like in 1977, well, I already knew what it was back in 1973 when I was in the Army, you know. And these were little underground clubs,
Okay.
you know, below street level. You walk down a staircase and you go into a club, and they had the little glitter light, and it was beautiful. And German people were very generous people. The German girls, most of them, I'd say 99% of them spoke English. They learned English in schools, because most of the, because there were several different military bases in Germany. And so it was really it was an incentive for them to learn English in school so they could communicate, go out and mingle with the soldiers and show them a good time, just show them a good time, while they're away from home. Take them dancing, go see a movie.
Provide them with a little companionship.
Just give them companionship. Because most of the bars that the soldiers went into, they already had girls, like bee drinkers, waiting on the soldiers to come in the bar. And so this is how they did it. The maitre d' of the place, the German lady, I remember her very well. She would escort you as you come in the club. She would escort the soldiers to a table where a German girl is already sitting to a booth. It's kind of horseshoe booth. And she would escort the soldier to a table, and he'd already have a girl sitting there to talk to.
Wait on them.
Yeah, to wait on them. Which I thought that was neat. Be nice if American clubs did that. Maybe the men wouldn't have to spend so much money to find one. She's already waiting on him when he gets there,
So we're gonna, like I said, like we told you, we're gonna post. It's gonna be on the internet. Is there
It's gonna be on what?
The internet.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything that you want to possibly say to your family, or any kind words, or any messages you want to give out?
Yeah, I would say stay around people that you get positive energy from for your life. Avoid the negative people because they're going to drain your energy. And if you believe, if you have faith as a mustard seed, God can move a mountain for you. So keep the faith.